Listen carefully, because this may explain the season you are in better than anything you have heard lately. There comes a strange moment in a woman's life when everything starts shifting at once. What felt stable begins to feel uncertain. What felt safe starts feeling tight. People she thought would always stand with her begin to pull back, and doors she expected to open stay closed just long enough to make her wonder if she heard God wrong. But what if this is not confusion for destruction? What if this is movement before miracle? What if the shaking is not here to bury her but to wake her up? Stay with me, because this is where most people quit too early. Right before a great blessing, life can look the most unfamiliar. Right before the answer comes, the pressure often gets heavier. Right before heaven lifts a woman higher, everything around her can feel like it is being rearranged by a hand she cannot fully see yet. And that is why she must not panic. She must pay attention. Because when God is about to place something big in a woman's life, He often starts with her spirit first. He starts with the hidden places. He starts with what nobody claps for. He starts with what hurts. And if you have been feeling stretched, isolated, restless, stronger one day and tired the next, this message is for you. Do not click away, because by the end of this, you may realize you are not falling apart at all. You may be standing one breath away from a breakthrough. Before a woman can carry something greater, she has to become stronger than the version of herself that only knew how to survive. That kind of strength does not come from comfort. It does not grow in easy seasons. It is formed in nights of prayer, in quiet tears, in moments when she has no clear answer but still decides to trust. Real faith is not built when everything goes right. It is built when bills pile up and she still believes provision will come. It is built when people walk away and she learns that God is still enough. It is built when fear whispers, "You are finished," and she answers back, "Not yet." Every powerful woman carries scars that taught her how to stand. She knows what it means to be tested. She knows what it means to keep going while carrying pain no one else could see. That is why the storm around her is not proof that God forgot her. It may be proof that He is training her. The weight of the next season cannot rest on weak shoulders. The doors ahead cannot be handled by the same mindset she had before. So God allows pressure to build strength. He allows waiting to build endurance. He allows certain battles to teach her how to walk with authority instead of fear. And if things feel heavy right now, do not rush to call it the end. Sometimes what feels like breaking is really building. Sometimes the fire is not there to consume her, but to refine her. Keep listening, because this next part matters. The woman who is being prepared will often feel the stretch before she sees the reward, and the stretching is one of the clearest signs that something bigger is getting close. Then comes the part many women do not expect. As the blessing gets closer, separation begins. Suddenly certain conversations feel empty. Certain rooms feel smaller. Certain friendships feel forced. People she once laughed with now feel distant, cold, or strangely uncomfortable around her. And at first she thinks she did something wrong. She wonders if she needs to fix it, chase it, explain it, or hold it together. But not every relationship is meant to cross into every season. Some people were assigned to a chapter, not the whole story. Some were comfortable with her when she was doubting herself, but they feel uneasy when she begins to rise. Some liked her broken because broken women are easier to control. Some liked her available, drained, and unsure because that version of her made them feel secure. But when God starts lifting a woman, He also starts cleaning her environment. He removes noise. He removes heavy attachments. He removes what no longer matches where she is going. And yes, that hurts. Familiarity is hard to release. The known feels safer than the unknown. But she must remember this. What is leaving may be making room for what belongs. Do not miss this. A closed door is not always rejection. A painful goodbye is not always loss. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is redirection. Sometimes God is clearing the table because what He is about to serve cannot fit into the old setup. So if people are drifting, if old places feel strange, if your spirit no longer settles in what once satisfied you, do not force the old to stay alive. Let what is leaving go with peace. There is a reason the next season needs more room. At the same time, something starts happening inside her that she cannot fully explain. It is deeper than emotion. It is stronger than mood. It is like a quiet fire in the soul. She wakes up feeling different. The same routines no longer comfort her. The same distractions no longer work. The same version of life that once seemed enough now feels too small for what she senses inside. She may not have clear details yet. She may not have a map, a timeline, or visible proof. But deep within, she knows something is shifting. And this inner stirring is no small thing. Many people ignore it because it does not come with a full explanation. It comes as holy restlessness. It comes as a whisper that says, prepare. It comes as a strange knowing that says, do not settle here. That inner movement matters because God often touches the spirit before he changes the visible world. Long before the door opens, he plants expectation. Long before the harvest appears, he creates hunger. Long before the answer arrives, he begins stretching the heart to receive it. That is why a woman must not silence the stirring just because it makes others uncomfortable. She must not talk herself out of what her soul is sensing. If something in her keeps saying there is more, she should listen. If peace is leaving places that once held her, she should notice. If she feels pulled toward prayer, discipline, healing, and deeper focus, she should respond. Here is a retention line for you. The women who step into uncommon blessings are often the ones who obey before everything makes sense. They move by faith before they move by sight, and that kind of obedience changes everything. After the stirring usually comes another sign. Unexpected doors begin to open. Not always huge doors at first. Sometimes they look small. Sometimes they arrive quietly. A new connection appears. A message comes at the right time. An idea that once seemed far away starts gaining movement. A chance to lead, create, speak, build, heal, or start again begins to show up from places she did not plan. And now the challenge changes. Before she was fighting discouragement. Now she must fight doubt, because when the opportunity finally comes, fear often gets louder, not softer. Fear tells her she is not ready. Fear says someone else would do it better. Fear says, wait a little longer, hide a little more, think about it another month, pray about it again until the moment passes. But when God opens a door, it is not to tease her. It is to invite her. He does not bring an opportunity just to watch her shrink back from it. He opens what he knows she is ready to enter, even if she does not feel fully ready yet. And that is where courage matters. Courage does not mean she has no nerves. It means she decides to move with trembling if she must, but she still moves. Do not skip this part. Some blessings come dressed like responsibility. Some answers come looking like work. Some miracles begin as a small yes that later becomes a life-changing story. So when doors start opening, she cannot treat them casually. She has to pray, discern, and then step. Because many women ask for increase, but only a few are willing to walk through the uncomfortable doorway that leads to it. And sometimes the small door in front of her is really the hallway to the biggest room she has ever entered. Then the pace changes. What once felt stuck begins to move quickly. The call comes faster than expected. The answer shows up after years of silence. The breakthrough that seemed delayed starts unfolding in weeks, even days. This kind of speed can feel almost overwhelming, especially to a woman who has spent a long time learning how to live in delay. She got used to waiting. She got used to surviving. She got used to telling herself maybe later. But suddenly later becomes now, and now demands movement. This is one of the strongest signs that something major is near. Acceleration. Things that would have taken years begin lining up in a shorter time. Resources appear. Momentum builds. New favor starts touching areas that were once dry. But with acceleration comes responsibility. She cannot keep the habits of a waiting season while stepping into a moving season. She cannot keep overthinking every step while God is saying, move. She cannot keep clinging to old fears while new grace is already being released. This is where many miss the moment. They pray for speed, but when it arrives, they panic. They ask for open doors, then freeze in front of them. They ask for overflow, then stay emotionally tied to lack. But the woman who is ready understands something important. If God is speeding things up, He is also giving her grace to keep up. He would not release a fast season without also releasing strength for it. So if life feels like it is picking up, do not assume you are losing control. You may be stepping into divine timing, and yes, it will require quick obedience. Yes, it will require trust. Yes, it may stretch you. But the blessing attached to this season is worth the speed. Another sign appears in the middle of all this, and many overlook it because it does not feel pleasant. The attacks get sharper. Discouragement shows up stronger. Strange resistance starts rising from different directions. Her mind gets noisy. Old temptations reappear. People misunderstand her. Small issues try to become big distractions. And if she is not careful, she starts thinking all this resistance means she is off track. But sometimes resistance is not a sign to stop. Sometimes it is proof she is near something powerful. The enemy does not waste energy on empty ground. He fights what carries purpose. He targets what threatens darkness. So when the pressure rises, the woman must become more grounded, not more fearful. She must pray more, not less. She must protect her peace. She must watch what enters her ears, her mind, and her spirit. Because not every voice deserves access in a season of preparation. Not every opinion deserves weight. Not every criticism deserves a response. This is where discipline becomes part of the blessing. She must learn the power of silence. She must learn the power of stepping back from confusion instead of feeding it. She must learn that not every battle should be fought with explanation. Some are fought with distance. Some are fought with worship. Some are fought by refusing to come down from the assignment God has given her. And stay with me, because this next truth is important. A woman close to breakthrough often feels pressure from two sides at once. One side is the pain of what she is leaving. The other is the weight of what she is about to enter. That tension is real. But if she remains steady, she will soon see that the pressure was not there to crush her. It was there to make her unshakable. As old things leave and new things begin, God often starts changing her from the inside in practical ways too. She becomes more careful with her time. She becomes more protective of her peace. The habits that once seemed harmless begin to feel costly. She starts noticing how certain routines drain her, how some patterns delay her, how some environments make her weaker instead of wiser. This is not random growth. This is preparation. Because a major blessing does not just need prayer, it needs capacity. It needs character. It needs discipline. A woman can ask for increase all day, but if she still thinks small, spends carelessly, trusts blindly, ignores wisdom, and refuses correction, the blessing will become a burden. So God works on the hidden structure before He reveals the visible gift. He teaches her consistency when no one is watching. He teaches her to rest without quitting. He teaches her to say no without guilt. He teaches her to guard her energy, her focus, and her calling. He teaches her that being nice is not the same as being available to everyone. He teaches her that peace is expensive and should not be handed away cheaply. He teaches her that maturity sounds less dramatic and walks more quietly. This part may not look exciting on the outside, but it matters deeply. Because when the blessing arrives, it will not just need celebration, it will need stewardship. It will need a woman who can carry favor without becoming careless, who can receive abundance without losing humility, who can walk through open doors without forgetting the one who opened them. So if you feel pulled toward greater discipline, deeper prayer, cleaner boundaries, and stronger focus, do not resist that change. It is not restriction. It is readiness. And then there is the strange peace that begins to grow in her, even while life is still not fully settled. This peace does not make sense to people watching from the outside. They see unanswered questions. They see loose ends. They see uncertainty. But she feels a calm strength underneath it all. Not because everything is fixed, but because she knows God is moving. This is one of the quietest and strongest signs. A woman being prepared for something major often carries a peace that does not match her circumstances. She cries sometimes, yes. She feels stretched, yes. She gets tired, yes. But somewhere under the pressure, there is still peace. A steady voice inside keeps saying, hold on, keep going, do not quit now. That peace is powerful because it keeps her from making desperate decisions. It keeps her from chasing people God removed. It keeps her from forcing doors God did not open. It keeps her from rushing to prove herself. Instead, she learns to move with calm authority. She learns to trust timing. She learns that what is meant for her does not need panic to reach her. This does not mean she becomes passive. No, she stays alert. She stays active. She prepares. She prays. She moves when led. But she no longer moves from fear. She moves from confidence. And that changes how she walks into every room. There is a strength in a woman who knows that God has already gone ahead of her. There is a beauty in a woman who refuses to let anxiety become her master. If you have started feeling a peace you cannot explain, even while things are still shifting, do not ignore it. That peace may be the anchor God is giving you for the season you are entering. Still, not every moment in this process feels beautiful. Sometimes she feels lonely. Sometimes she feels misunderstood. Sometimes she watches other people celebrate while she is still in hidden preparation. Sometimes she wonders why she had to lose so much before receiving what she prayed for. And this is where endurance matters most. Because hidden seasons can make a woman question her value if she is not rooted. She starts asking why she has to wait, why she has to heal, why she has to be pruned, while others seem to move ahead with less struggle. But the hidden season is not wasted. It is where depth is formed. It is where motives are purified. It is where she learns not to depend on applause to stay faithful. Anyone can be loud when everyone is cheering, but hidden obedience reveals real maturity. Hidden trust reveals real love for God. Hidden discipline reveals a heart that is serious about purpose. So if you are in a season where it feels like you are doing the right things and still not seeing full results, do not assume nothing is happening. Roots are growing. Wisdom is growing. Capacity is growing. And when the visible fruit comes, it will stand because the unseen part was built well. Here is the line many need to hear. Do not envy public moments you were never prepared to carry. Let God finish the work in private. Let Him strengthen what people cannot see. Let Him build you into a woman who can handle more without losing herself in it. Because when the time comes for you to step into what has your name on it, you will need more than excitement. You will need depth, and depth is usually formed in silence. Another clear sign is this: she stops fitting into places that once defined her. The old identity starts falling away. The role she used to play no longer feels honest. She cannot keep shrinking, pretending, pleasing, and performing the way she used to. She begins to outgrow the need to be understood by everyone. She begins to outgrow approval. She begins to outgrow fear-based decisions. This can feel uncomfortable because growth often makes old labels feel tight. People may say she has changed, and the truth is she has. She had to. The woman prepared for greater things cannot keep thinking, speaking, and living like the woman who only knew lack, fear, and delay. So God starts rewriting the way she sees herself. Not with pride, with clarity. She begins to understand that she is not called to be hidden forever. She is not called to stay trapped in old pain forever. She is not called to keep begging for spaces that were never meant to hold her. Her standards rise. Her prayer life deepens. Her discernment sharpens. She becomes slower to attach and quicker to notice what is not right. She does not need to chase every opportunity, answer every critic, or carry every relationship. She starts choosing what aligns. And that shift is powerful. Because once a woman truly sees that she is being called higher, she becomes harder to distract. She becomes harder to manipulate. She becomes harder to delay. That is why old cycles often fight hardest at this point. They know they are losing access. But if she keeps going, she will soon realize that the discomfort of outgrowing old spaces is far better than the pain of staying small in a place she has already outgrown. Keep watching, because the next sign brings all the others together in a strong way. Sooner or later, she looks around and realizes that what once felt like loss now looks like alignment. The people who left made space for peace. The closed doors saved her time. The delay built wisdom. The hidden season built strength. The stirring in her soul kept her from settling. The pressure taught her how to pray. The attacks taught her how to stand. The acceleration taught her how to move. And now she is no longer begging for confirmation every 5 minutes. She knows, not because everything is finished, but because too many pieces have started coming together. She can see the pattern. She can feel the shift. She can tell that this season is not like the last one. And this is important because once a woman recognizes what God is doing, she must stop talking herself out of it. She must stop making excuses for staying where she has been clearly called out of. She must stop returning to habits, people, and places that already proved they cannot carry her future. She must respond. She must prepare her house, her mind, her habits, and her heart. She must live like someone who truly believes the blessing is near. That means gratitude before full arrival. That means discipline before full visibility. That means faith before full evidence. And if she does that, she will not be caught off guard when the breakthrough comes. She will be ready. This is your retention line right here. The blessing may be closer than it looks, but readiness decides whether she will only witness it or actually walk in it. And a ready woman does not keep one foot in the old life while asking for a new one. So if you are seeing the signs, do not dismiss them. If the storm has been intense, if people are falling away, if your spirit has been restless, if new doors are appearing, if the attacks have increased, if your pace is changing, if your peace is deepening, if your standards are rising, then listen closely. You may be standing right at the edge of a major shift. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to return to what is familiar just because it is familiar. This is not the time to shrink so others can stay comfortable. This is the time to stay grounded, stay prayerful, stay alert, and stay open. The woman who is about to be blessed in a big way is often the woman who has been through enough to know that every delay taught her something, every closed door redirected her, every painful goodbye made room, every lonely night built strength, and every silent season hid holy work. So now she must move with confidence. She must trust the preparation. She must honor the process. She must stop mourning every ending and start recognizing divine transition. What is coming will ask more from her, yes, but it will also reveal more in her. More wisdom, more strength, more peace, more authority, more purpose. And when the blessing arrives, it will not just change what she has, it will change how she lives. It will change how she walks. It will change what she tolerates. It will change what she expects, because she will finally see that God was never trying to take from her. He was building her for something she was always meant to carry. And when that moment comes, she will not just survive it. She will thrive in it